And that's what it looks like. It's doing pretty good.
Hello, welcome to WayPoint Survival. Today, I want to show you another hack for the Stanley 2-bowl cook set. Stay tuned. This is a great cook set, and it's just perfectly sized for 1 to 2 people. And hopefully you've seen the hacks that I did on the last video. But of course, put the carabiner on here and then added a place so we can hang it up over the fire. And you can find that, of course, on my channel. But I was looking at the set and I was wondering what other things we could do to this to make it more useful. And so one of the things that I like to have when I'm out in the backcountry is a frying pan, either for bacon and eggs or whatever I happen to be frying up. Fried potatoes, I like those as well. And so I want to show you what I came up with, how to make this lid a frying pan. So let's get to it. The first thing that you notice about this lid is when you turn it upside down, it has a really nice indent that's big enough for 1 to 2 eggs or a couple of slices of bacon. And I thought that's a really handy little feature. But how can we put a handle on this? So I'm going to show you how to do that. And of course, it's very important we have this carabiner. So first thing we're going to do is going to take this hanger, and this is a stainless steel hanger, but you could use any kind of heavy-duty hanger. And I'm going to cut it approximately in half here at the bottom, right in the center. So just like that. And then I'm going to cut this as long as I can get it right up here. Alright, so this piece right here is what we want. And what we're going to do is we're going to just take and manipulate this and bend it around using some finger strength and probably the multi-tool as well. And we're going to straighten all of this out until we have a straight piece of wire. And you want to try to get this fairly straight if you can. And like I said, a pair of pliers will definitely help you with that because it's just hard to do all of this with just finger strength alone. Alright, I'll straighten that out and I'll get back with you. And that's pretty good. It's not actually perfect. You can see when I roll it, it's got a little bit of a wobble to it, but that's alright. Of course, if you can find, someone suggested a bicycle spoke, a replacement spoke, or a broken one, some off a bicycle, that would work as well. Also, welding supply shops sell stainless steel rod that you can use. I just happen to have hangers and it works pretty good. The next thing that I'm going to use is this small WD-40 can here. It doesn't have the nozzle on it anymore. It's about empty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the approximate center of, and I like it because it's got this lip here, so about the center of the wire, and then we're going to start bending this around. I'm going to bend it around like this, okay, and then we're going to continue until it makes a complete circle. And you want to try to bend these. It's a little hard to do sometimes, but just kind of work with it. And you want to bend this until these are relatively even at the ends. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so that's what we have, and it's fairly springy. And these ends are pretty close to each other. If they're not perfect, you can go ahead and take the clippers here and clip off one end so that they match better. Alright, you can see that. Next we're going to take the pliers and we're going to go in just about where the jaws start to open up a little wider here. And we're going to put a slight angle just like this to the inside on both of these. Trying to match those, of course, as close as we can. Okay, you might want to make these longer or shorter depending on your pan, because this has to fit down inside of the pan. The next thing we want to do is we want to take the very tip here and we want to put an outside bend in it just like that, and do that to both sides. And again, you might have to move this around a little bit So when you're done fiddling around with it, making sure everything matches, it should kind of open and close like this. And of course what we have in effect made is known as a fish mouth spreader. And you can of course buy these, but we need one that's a specific length. So I just showed you how to make one on camera. And pretty simple. It's a great thing to know how to make. Alright, so how does this work? So first we remove the carabiner like this, and we make sure that this is together just like that. Now what we want to do is we want to open this up and put it inside there, and then move this over to where this first hole is, flip it upside down just like this, and then we take the carabiner and we clip it onto this side and come around so that the one side of the carabiner, it's got a little latch there, comes around and hooks through the bottom just like that. And that gives us then our handle so that we can fry with it over the fire. Alright, let's see how it works frying an egg. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little olive oil in here. Just carry it, of course, in my bottle. Smear that around some. Alright, we'll put our egg on there. Of course, got to be careful that it doesn't slide around a lot, being a stainless steel container, and I broke the yolk, but anyway, that doesn't matter. But have to be careful because it does want to slide around on there, and you want to do this on a low fire. Alright, so we got it on there. Put a little salt and pepper on it. Let it cook, and that's what it looks like. It's doing pretty good. Now we would recommend when you do this that you use a glove, because this handle is going to get kind of hot. I have here a little spatula. This is not the one that came with the set. This is a different one, and I'll probably be talking about how I'm loading the pot up on a different video. Alright, so we're pretty well cooked on the one side. We'll flip it over just like that and finish the other side. So here it is, nicely cooked, and we're going to give it a try. Tastes just like an egg's supposed to. It's a pretty neat little frying pan. Obviously you're not going to cook a big meal, but for a single person for breakfast, and so you don't have to carry a lot of extra cookware. It's a neat little hack. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and give this little thing a try. Actually works pretty well. After you get it all cleaned up, disassembly is quite easy. You just flip it over, open up the gate on the carabiner, and take it off because it only goes around this one side. So it clips on like that and then comes through this first hole. So just like that. See how that attaches, and that gives you a good handle. So we disassemble that, and you just squeeze this so that it opens up, comes off, reattach the carabiner, and then of course the important thing is that this needs to be small enough that it can easily fit down inside of the pot, just like this. So along with the other hack that we did last week, but you want to make sure that it can fit down inside, and it does quite well. This is James Bender for WayPoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below. And while you're down there, you'll also find our WayPointSurvival.com link. And this is where you can sign up to take great survival and bushcraft training classes here at our beautiful facility in Southern Ohio. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we'll talk to you next time. like so. Now, got to remember the stainless steel is kind of slippery, so you have to be kind of careful that the egg doesn't slop off before it starts to cook. Just like that.